Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Erik Voss, and did we just get our first official Deadpool MCU crossover? No? Maybe? I don't know what constitutes MCU canon anymore, considering we learned who Noobmaster 69 was from an Xbox Live commercial, and if Marvel is willing to let Korg from the Thor movies appear alongside Deadpool in a promo for Free Guy, sure, why the hell not? A lot of you guys have been hitting me up about this promo spot that Ryan Reynolds released in promotion for his upcoming movie Free Guy. So I figured I'd do a quick reaction to this because it is interesting to talk about how Deadpool is going to show up in the MCU, and we might have gotten some clues in this. My reaction to someone else reacting to a trailer, what am I, the real reject? So I'm just going to react to the final bit of this and give you my thoughts and theories on all of it. So here we go.
Any tips on getting into the MCU there, Korg?
Have a dream, chase it, lose that dream, just sabotage all sorts of happiness in pursuit of that dream, climb up to the peaks of that mountain, and when you get to the top, land at the bottom and realize you're never gonna achieve that dream. And at that point, check your emails. Maybe you'll get something from your agent saying, Marvel wants to talk.
Yeah, I prefer Dark World. Half a fucking penny of you for this
Awesome. So yeah, obviously this is Deadpool and Korg reacting to the latest promo for Free Guy, which happens to star both Ryan Reynolds and Taika Waititi. So I imagine that's how they were able to put this promo together. But they put a lot of VFX into Korg. He looks great here. That's why Deadpool was joking at the end that they must have spent a lot of money on this particular promo. And yeah, I love how he says he prefers Dark World, which, you know, an underappreciated Marvel movie, especially as we're watching Loki. I feel like between Endgame and Loki, these Marvel titles keep going back to reference the events of Thor: The Dark World. And I like how he calls himself Canadian Cumberbatch, kind of like regretting that he's been diverted away from his next Deadpool movie coming in the MCU. But calling himself Cumberbatch is just interesting. I mean, could we say that Deadpool could make an appearance in Multiverse of Madness, a Doctor Strange variant, an alternate reality Sorcerer Supreme? So throughout the reaction, Deadpool kind of jokes how this is a Fox Disney fire sale kind of thing, right?
Okay, this looks fun in a last days of Fox fire sale kind of way.
And that's what Free Guy kind of is. It was a Fox Studios production that was already in development, already started pre-production, and then they shot it as Disney's acquisition of all of Fox's properties began. So now, in addition to all the production and release delays that COVID caused, Free Guy is just kind of in this weird space where a lot of people are like, is this movie still happening? Which might explain why Disney's willing to pour all this VFX and IP releases into this particular promo. But what's exciting about this is Deadpool 3 is happening at Marvel Studios. There is a script being written right now by the Molyneux sisters who wrote on Bob's Burgers. And if we're talking about ways Deadpool could show up in the MCU, with shows like Loki and titles beyond this, like Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, Marvel Studios is starting to give us all kinds of ways that Deadpool could easily just blip up into this reality. And I love how in this trailer reaction, Deadpool makes these jokes about fridging.
Oh, Jodie
Costa.
Comer. God, I love her so much. Oh, I hope they don't fridge her.
Which she explains is this idea of where they take a female character and they either kill her off or make her suffer in order to make the male protagonist react and have a catalyst for his next move, which he admits is something that Deadpool 2 kind of did. But before we continue, this video is sponsored by Sheath Underwear. Sheath's boxers are designed to keep your bits gently separated for maximum comfort. Sheath has 3 individual compartments to keep everything down there separate, cool, and most importantly, comfortable. The design of traditional boxer briefs can make all your different parts stick together and sweat and then start to chafe, while Sheath has a modern ergonomic design intended to prevent skin-on-skin contact. See, they've got this inverted kangaroo pouch for your Joey to cut down on chafing and readjusting. You got one pouch here, another pouch for that guy, and then everybody's hanging out, having a good time. Because, you know, when you gotta readjust, it's never a really great look unless you play professional baseball, and, you know, even then, come on. So Sheath were invented by a US Army soldier who came up with the idea for Sheath during his second tour in Iraq, where that super hot climate prompted some serious discomfort for the unmentionables. So click the link below and use the code NEWROCKSTARS at checkout, or go to sheathunderwear.com/newrockstars for 20% off and do your boys a favor. That's sheathunderwear.com, or just click the link below and use the code NEWROCKSTARS for 20% off. But while we're thinking about Deadpool 2, remember how that movie ended? He turned back time using Cable's wristwatch that allowed them to go back in time, and that's where the Deadpool franchise left off. So already all the work is done to just have Deadpool spiraling through the time stream and through some events of Loki or through Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, all those feuding timelines with their incursion sparks with each other. From one of those, Deadpool just kind of shows up. Now, we had a lot of theories similar to this with Evan Peters showing up in WandaVision, saying that the Westview Hex may have opened up some kind of gateway between universes, and that Marvel might have been trying to bridge the Fox X-Men universe with the MCU. That ended up not being the case. But looking back, Evan Peters is kind of representative of a later era of the X-Men movies, whereas Deadpool has always kind of been in his own comedic bubble. He's kind of been a live-action Bugs Bunny. So whatever universe he wants to cameo in, audiences are just gonna accept it without asking too many questions about what that means. But what would be exciting about Deadpool showing up is, and the reason why so many of us thought that Evan Peters could actually be the Quicksilver from the X-Men movies, is that Evan Peters showed up as Quicksilver in the background of Deadpool 2, one of my favorite cameo moments from that movie. So even if Evan Peters was actor Ralph Bohner, citizen of Westview, New Jersey in WandaVision, though, by the way, a name that might have still been part of the Hex illusion rather than that guy's actual real name in real life in the MCU, it's still plausible that Evan Peters could show up as Quicksilver in the MCU with the logic now of Deadpool showing up there. Now notice that can, it looks like either an energy drink or a craft beer or something like that in the foreground. At first I'm like, wait, is that Loki doing this? No, that's just a still of Guy in this movie. But if you do want to know more about Free Guy, I did a whole trailer breakdown of it last year. I don't know what time is anymore, but I did go into a crazy theory at the end of that explained that the whole movie might be a Deadpool MCU crossover by the end of it. And with this promo, it looks like that theory might be kinda, sorta, maybe not coming true. Though I don't think Deadpool is gonna show up in like Thor Love and Thunder or anything like that. That movie is kind of set on its own path. It's doing its own thing. But characters like Korg and some of the more comedic, cosmic, goofball MCU characters like Loki, like the Guardians of the Galaxy, could make cameos in Deadpool 3. Oh, and something I forgot to mention about fridging, that's another kind of Green Lantern reference, because the term fridging comes from a Green Lantern comic in which Green Lantern's girlfriend was stuffed in a fridge. So I love it. All of this is just Deadpool making fun of himself. Anyway, let me know what you thought of this promo. Are you excited to see Free Guy when it comes out? How do you want Deadpool's MCU entrance to look? Comment down below with all your thoughts and theories. Be sure to subscribe, and you can support this channel by checking out our merch options at newrockstarsmerch.com. Follow me at EA Voss on Instagram and Twitter. Follow New Rockstars, and we'll see you next time. Bye.